Outlook is one of the world's most popular email clients, if not the most popular for corporations. It is more than just a tool for email. Its productivity features such as calendars and tasks allow users to quite simply get things done. For many, Outlook is left continuously open on their desktop to keep track of email and their day. It might even be synchronized with their mobile devices. With Outlook being such a focal point of a person's daily work routine, it makes sense to have relevant PPM information available in the tool. This can help ensure PPM work doesn't get missed. The PPM Outlook integration addresses multiple scenarios and may be easily configured by customers based on their business requirements. This configuration can be made centrally or individually for each resource. For example, let's take a look at resource John Smith in PPM, a busy team member who has to submit and approve timesheets, fulfill requests, and complete project tasks he has been assigned to. Here are some configurable options for this integration. We can set requests assigned to a user to be created as tasks in Outlook. We can even specify which request type that the user works on. We can send time entry and time approval reminders to users' calendars. For time entry, any timesheets that are past due, an additional calendar entry is automatically added every day by the SPC until time is submitted. For time approvers, we can create tasks or timesheets of direct reports that are past due a certain number of days. We can also create tasks for any request awaiting my action. If the request is sitting in a workflow step that has an SLA, the Outlook task priority changes to high if no action is taken within the SLA. When it comes to project tasks, we can also create corresponding ones in Outlook. For resource pool managers, we can create Outlook tasks for any resource request they must act on. Note that the priority of Outlook task changes to high if the resource request has a requested by date that is passed. In addition to these integration scenarios, oftentimes there's a need to publish special PPM events or announcements to Outlook calendars of multiple resources. Let's see how the SPC easily provides for that by submitting a simple PPM request. For example, let's say that in a given week, resources are expected to submit a timesheet by Wednesday rather than by Friday as they normally do. I'll type a subject. Next, I'll set a start date and end date for the task. I'll set who should receive the task. I'll submit the request. Now let's go back to Outlook. You'll notice that this user has an empty calendar as well as no tasks. And this is done for demonstration purposes. Now I'll go back into PPM and run the data exchange program. This will export data from PPM into Outlook. And the data exchange program normally runs automatically at any desired interval, but for this purpose, for demo purposes, I'll run it manually. The data exchange program is completed, and here's report output. Let's go back into Outlook. So in Outlook, we've created two calendar events. Here's the event associated with our announcement request. Let's take a look at the tasks. So in our tasks, we have 5 of them. The first one, we have a project issue request awaiting my action. The next one is a reminder to approve timesheets. This task tells me that one or more of my subordinates have delinquent timesheets. So let's open that up. So when I open the task, I can see the names and I can email these individuals directly. The next 2 tasks are associated with project tasks in PPM. Now let's look at another scenario. Oftentimes, there's a need to update resources Outlook as part of a project process execution or any other process managed in PPM. With this new version of the SPC, you can now update resources Outlook calendars and task lists by making minor changes to your forms or workflows. For example, here we have a project called SAP Upgraded. It has completed its testing and is almost ready to be deployed. By adding several fields and a single step to the workflow, we can add tasks to the Outlook application in the right resources, reminding them to initiate pre-deployment tasks once the testing has been completed. Let's take a look at the workflow. We are currently in the test step, and as you can see, right before the deploy step, we've added an execution step to initiate some pre-deployment tasks in Outlook. So here's information we're going to use to create our pre-deployment task in Outlook. Now click on Approved to go to Deploy. In this example, I've used request fields to control what gets sent to Outlook. There are also options to automate what gets sent as well. Let's go back to Outlook. Now for Outlook tasks, I now have the SAP Upgrade Create RFC task that I created for my project process in PPM. Let's recap the capabilities of the integration with Outlook via the SPC. We can create tasks in Outlook by configuring options on our resources profile in PPM to export work task assignments, time entry or approval reminders, and delinquent time of subordinates. By configuring PPM workflow execution events, we can create Outlook tasks or calendar events and incorporate them into your PPM process. Lastly, if we need to make ad hoc announcements to PPM users, we can create them as Outlook calendar events. The benefits of this integration include using Outlook, for which many users already use as their go-to application for getting things done, and now including PPM tasks automatically. Improved information sharing and communication by having relevant PPM information available everywhere. By not letting PPM work get missed, you have increased user adoption and enhanced data quality. And overall, you create stronger governance and control. We just discussed the latest enhancements to the SPC. Other native capabilities include a bidirectional exchange of data, the ability to flexibly schedule data transfer, synchronization of any PPM data including standard fields, custom fields, attachments, and custom queries, unlimited user-defined data mappings, integration with multiple SharePoint sites, and creation of SharePoint product sites directly from PPM. Thank you for watching this demo. If you'd like more information about the SPC, please email info@ppmetrics.com or visit our website www.ppmetrics.com.